Hey guys, good morning. So today we're going to talk about everybody has to suffer. And this is the most important thing that we need to understand. Okay. I always talk about enlightenment or how peaceful it is, going to the nature. I talk about all the good things, but today I want to talk about something realistic that everyone needs to suffer. Whoever has taken this body has to take the bodily pain, has to take the pain from the mind, has to take the pain from the environment that we live in. It doesn't matter whoever it is. Whoever has taken the body has to suffer. Now, the thing is, once you start to meditate, you slowly understand that the body is not yours, the mind is not yours. So there is a gap that you can create within your mind where when the suffering comes, you can just watch it. Okay, that's the key. But today I'm going to talk about my suffering. But my suffering, I have to work on a lot of things, just to be clear, because whenever I post my videos about nature being blissful, it doesn't mean that I don't go through the suffering part. But the only thing about me is I can let go it. I can detach my mind. But sometimes it takes certain time to detach my mind. But because see, all these videos or the practice that I do is all about detaching the mind, because I know the mind is not part of me. Mind is beautiful. Understand that mind is beautiful, but you need to just watch it like a movie. And you need to get attached to it, and you need to be also have this. I mean, you're basically doing meditation, everything to detach from mind too. So you need to have an ability to attach towards mind, which means that when I need to speak or when I need to do certain things, I need my mind. And we also need to detach from the mind too. So we need to learn both the things. But the problem comes when you get attached to the mind and then you think that's real, and then the suffering happens, the you know you feel low, anxiety, everything comes from when you attach to the mind and you don't know the detachment of the mind. That's where the meditation and all these things flow through, you know understanding that the body is not yours, the mind is not yours. You're just getting attached to it. So I'm going to tell about my suffering. So one of the things I need to transform is from the food. Like, I like food, but um once I started to do kundalini, see, I don't do kundalini now because I know that kundalini is not for everyone. It's kundalini can affect you a lot. Be careful when you do kundalini meditation, okay? But I used to do kundalini meditation, and then slowly I understood that because there's the rise of energy from your spine, and when you eat meat, when you don't sleep properly, and when you have sexual thoughts, and so everything aligned properly, there's a rise in your kundalini energy. And so I could improve my food intake when I was doing kundalini meditation. But I'm an experimental person. I experiment from different methods. So once I left kundalini, slowly this I'm from a coastal region. So when my mom came, I started eating fish again. You see, I don't try to stop anything because I need to be in a very natural way. Anything that you stop, smoking cigarette, food, any bad habits, I don't say bad, I cannot label it as bad or good. Any habits that you have, if it's affecting your consciousness, you need to watch it. And this transformation can take a month, it can take 2 months, it can take an years. So you don't force it to happen. You don't chase that consciousness. You let it happen. The only way is to watch it. So food is one of my problem. Um, I eat it unconsciously, and sometimes I eat it consciously. But sometimes I eat it unconsciously. I know that I'm eating unconsciously, but even I enjoy that unconsciousness while I'm eating. So if the transformation of eating food, um, i- if it goes through a conscious state, it should be in a natural way, which means that I need to go from the unconscious way of eating food to conscious way of eating food naturally. I don't force it, you see. So food is my problem. TV, phone, these are all my problems. But I don't let my mind to make it a point that it makes me suffer. You see. So food, mm, TV, um, what else? I'm thinking. There might be many other things which might be a part of my suffering, um, which is a hurdle to consciousness all the time. Okay. So I suffer. Any human being that exists in this universe has to suffer. Uh, it can be any type of suffering. You have to suffer. Don't think that a conscious person doesn't suffer. Every person has to suffer. And this video is particularly, um, I'm saying that we all need to go through the suffering process. But the key is, how do you let it go? How do you let it not sink into your system? Okay, so that's the key. How do you let it go? How so if something happens to a close person, right? Now, if you understand this concept of the body is not yours, the mind is not yours, okay, and the thing is, the projection of that emotion from that other person is only coming through the mind. And if you can create a gap and watch it like a movie, you know, it will not affect you. It will affect you only if you allow it to affect you. The emotion that the mind is projecting through that close friend who is suffering. You see, um, so that's the only way I tend to keep myself, um, a little bit more on an easier level. Okay. So the thing is, I am trying so everything I do is for consciousness. So I try my things or try my activities, slowly looping towards consciousness. It can be eating, it can be anything from TV to consciousness, from eating to consciousness, from talking to consciousness, from walking to consciousness, from running to consciousness, from driving my car in the nature to consciousness. So everything I am looping or I am like transforming towards consciousness. But transformation towards consciousness is not in our hands. Okay. But in this journey, you will learn how to detach yourself from the mind, from the body. You learn those things. And when you start to learn those things, use the anxiety or the suffering or those things will subside. It just comes down. Okay. But the important thing I want to say in this video is everyone suffers, even the masters that you follow, because all of my videos is all about enlightenment and masters. So even the masters, I've been studying all the masters. So the thing is, it's okay to follow the masters, but you have to follow yourself, because every master is different and you are different. And the things that you hear from them, yeah, you don't consider them as God, or like don't consider them, you'll be fooling yourself. So all the masters take the information, see what they're saying, okay? And once you clearly listen to them, you understand that it's all about you. You are the God, okay? You are the God consciousness, but you are creating those masters too, in a way. But at the end of the day, you are creating everything, even the masters, okay? um but particularly this video I made is because so that you understand I am suffering, everybody's suffering, okay? But the key thing is to detach your mind. Once you detach your mind, then suffering is not yours. You, if you want to experience suffering, you will experience suffering. Once you learn the art of meditation and letting go and detaching your mind, then the suffering is there, that's in your mind, but you don't transition into your soul or into your system. You just keep it there. You just let the picture play of that emotion, and slowly it subsides. That's what I do. Don't think that I am free from suffering, or don't think that any person or any guru, any individual who has taken this human form is free from suffering. There's no way. And understand that we are all equal. Soul-wise, we are all equal. It's just that one person is getting it and one person is not getting it. Awakening, okay? Or journey towards awakening, or transition towards awakening, or being conscious. Some people are getting it, some people are not getting it, but we are all equal. That's the first thing to understand. Doesn't matter who the masters are. The master, there's no difference between a master and you. The only difference is the master is awake and we are not awake. But the thing is, there's no difference between the master and you. Soul-wise, we are all equal. Every object, everything, every plant, every soul, every life, everything is equal. Okay, and everything has to go through some suffering. The trees, the skies, everything is changing. Like, everything, sun, it has to rise. Everything is going through the same pain, but it's just that awakening. When the awakening happens, when at least when people say there's awakening happens in like it's a whole enlightenment. I don't think that's the way. you know I think that awakening happens in a slow transitioning way, and while you are in this journey of awakening, you enjoy each and every bit of it. There's no such thing as, oh, this is the highest form of awakening. There's nothing like that. Once you are able to understand the process of body and mind, which is not yours, that itself is an awakening. And practicing it makes it even more awakening. So the awakening rises within you, okay, in a slow transitional way. That's what I believe, okay? But this video, I want to say that don't think that you are the only person who is suffering. Everybody's suffering. I am suffering too. Every person is suffering. Every individual who has taken this body form is suffering. Even though when they say they are peaceful, they are masters, they know every answer in the dictionary, or everyone is suffering. Okay, even even if you take Osho, or even if you take Sadhguru, or I've been studying that. Even if you take J. Krishnamurti, Eckhart Tolle, or I don't remember the names, but long list of masters. Everyone, Ramana Maharshi, everyone has to go through the suffering. Okay, now the thing is, how do you handle that suffering? How do you detach yourself? I mean, this is my process. I'm saying the experience that I'm having. You might have a different process, but my process is detaching the mind and then just watching it. Okay, when the suffering comes, because the suffering attacks you. Suffering, that's the whole game, like in this universe. Okay, now you understand this part. You understand everything is the mind. You just detach it and watch it like a movie. You go. See, sometimes when you even watch the movie, there's tears rolling down your eyes, and uh, when you see something horrible, you react because at that moment, that movie that you're watching is realistic to your whole system. The same thing is happening between your mind and your system. The same thing is happening between the movie that you're watching and your system. It's the same thing. And once you watch the movie as if you're detached from it, then you will control what's being projected towards your system, what to take, what not to take. And if the movie is projecting something bad, and you are aware of it, it won't affect you because you won't allow it to come to you. And this might be a practice. When you watch a movie, watch it in a way where you detach the movie and just watch it like it, detaching it from your system. And when a bad thing plays up, okay, detach yourself, because you can detach. You can easily see the TV is there and you are here. There's nothing realistic about it. They made the movie way past, right? And you're watching in this moment, but once you detach that movie from yourself, you'll be able to control yourself. Even though they play anything bad over there or anything emotional over there, you detach yourself, nothing happens to you. Once you attach yourself, you start to cry, you start to project different emotions, anger or something. Once you get attached to that movie, same thing with your mind. Same thing with your mind. Okay, and this is the whole thing that I want to say today is everyone suffers. Okay, once you take this human form, everyone has to suffer, and everyone is equal soul-wise. Thank you and have a blessed day.